Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to all of you that are new here today. As you can see, we are right outside Ikea and I am so excited to be here today. I've been out and about on the road with Ronnie this week because he has been on military duty and he's had to kind of travel all over California, and we landed near an Ikea and I am super excited to bring you with me today. What I'm wanting to do is look for some vintage dupes that I would want to bring into my home, and you might want to bring them into yours as well. So if you want to get online and look for those items and maybe have them delivered to your home or make your way to your own Ikea, then you can do so as well. But they just opened, so let's go ahead, head inside and see what they have in store. All right, let's go. Now, as we make our way in the doors, I just wanted to let you know that this is my first time at this location. It is a little farther from home and from the one that I normally go to. And if I'm not mistaken, it's quite a bit smaller, but I think that's okay. Right off the bat, I see a set of 4 tea towels that are in the perfect color for our home. I love having one on our refrigerator handle for small spills and splashes from the water dispenser, so these are going to work out great. Then right to the left of them were these great wooden hangers. I always feel they give off their own vintage vibe and are great for guest rooms and even just to display in your laundry room as decor. And they can be elevated in so many ways, either by staining them, stamping them, decoupaging. There's just so many things that you can do with them. Okay, moving right along into the next room that I came to off the showroom. It was a small kitchen area. Yet again, there seemed to be so many items that could fit right into that vintage aesthetic that everyone seems to be gravitating towards nowadays. From the sweet wicker tote as we walked by, these canisters and the colander, this drink dispenser is absolutely adorable. I think it is perfect for the upcoming hosting seasons of spring and summer. There's so many wooden elements, and these prints are absolutely gorgeous for the spring and summer seasons ahead. I think they give off that garden vibe, which a lot of us tend to gravitate towards during those seasons. So I think they were a great find. Now, I didn't get to see them anywhere else today, so I'm not sure where to pick them up in the store, but they are definitely here and something I wouldn't mind having for myself. I did see a couple of these tin pitchers and I thought they were a pretty good price. Now, I will say, as far as price points today, there were a couple things that I think were a little pricier than I would like to have seen them as, but I think that's just our world today. Things are a little bit more expensive than the norm, and I guess that's okay because they had such a range of price points that I don't think we could be disappointed with the trip. Now, this tote is one of the items that I felt was maybe on the pricey side in the moment. But as I look back and really reflect on it, it was made really well. It was heavy. It was very sturdy, had a beautiful, rich texture and color to it. So maybe not so pricey after all. I'm not sure. You be the judge on that. Now, I felt like I hit the jackpot as I walked in to this room when it came to that vintage look and feel. These gorgeous gold hooks were definitely a favorite for the look and their scale, and I thought they paired really well with this tote. I think if you filled that up with some seasonal florals, it would just be so beautiful for any season of the year. Now, behind us on the shelf, a cute little clock sat, and I even found a cloche, and you all know how I feel about them. This one was really interesting to me because of the black tin base and for what was in it. Now, I couldn't really make out what it was. I'm going to go away with a moss covered egg and some faux greenery. I don't know. Now, moving on from there, though, I did find another really neat find, which is this easel. It caught my eye rather quickly. I have been looking for one on Facebook Marketplace. And of course, we have to mention the Mona Lisa print. Now, it can't get much more vintage than that. Now, I will say, I think my favorite vintage dupes this trip might have been their lamps. They had at least a handful of different ones that really lent to that style we are looking for today, and the beautiful color to most of them. It was like a green gray that was just so pretty. Paired together with the gold accents, I think they made for the perfect look, in my opinion. Now, I'll let you go ahead and just kind of browse around with me. There's so many little finds in this room and then all throughout the store. So I'll just sit back with you as we take a look around. Now, right across from the last room was this small outdoor vignette that had some pretty good finds in itself. I love terracotta and I'm always on the lookout for it at the right price. And I think Ikea had just that. Now, these weren't huge, but a very nice size. And as you can see, they have a couple of items here that give off that vintage look we're on the hunt for today as well. I don't know about you, but I love having little moments around our yard. So these little displays are always a treat to see, especially when they include a little spot for puppies. Now, I looked in here and saw these canisters yet again, and I wanted to see if the price was visible, and it was. So it's $7.99, I think, for the jar, and then $5 for the lid. So that is, to me, a little bit too expensive for the size of canister. Now, they look a little bit bigger than they truly are when they're up on the shelf. But later on, I did see them down low and they weren't much bigger than my hand. And so I think you could find something at a better value, either at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, or even Hobby Lobby when they have their 40% off. Now, this little chair caught my eye. The color is super cute. And then, of course, it does have a vintage feel to it. It's only $25. Now, I don't remember that I saw more in the store, so I'm not sure if they come in different colors, but it was a really sweet chair, so I wanted to show you that as well. This next section caught my eye for sure. There were actually a few chairs that lent themselves to the style we're on the lookout for today. I really loved this navy blue one and would love the idea of switching out chairs for the seasons, but it's just not a practical idea for myself. If you're new to my channel, the only time I really bring color into our home is during the summer months, starting with Memorial Day and then on through to July. I love incorporating red, white, and blue for our patriotic holidays. My husband is an Army chaplain, and I love the idea of honoring him, his fellow comrades, and of course, those that have gave their all for our country. Now, moving on, I came across some small accent tables that I took a liking to. These were so unique and just really neat. The trays come off the top. Now, this one, I wasn't quite sure of it because they didn't have anything down below, so I could not see the top of it, but it was interesting looking. These were really sweet, and by the look of them, they could be used outdoors, which I love that idea. And at just $20, they've got a couple colors, obviously, and I'm sure they could be painted any color, especially for that price. And I found some pretty nesting tables. Now, I have a thing for nesting tables myself. If you do, let me know down in the comments. I just think they are such a neat look. Now, these little tables, again, very neat. They gave you some storage, and there were two different sizes. And then I found something that totally reminded me of our beautiful West Coast. There were a few tables that looked so much like surfboards. It was kind of funny to me, but again, we are on the West Coast, so it's kind of fitting. Now, there is one thing here at Ikea that I don't necessarily like, and that is their greenery. I guess I could be considered a greenery snob. I don't know. I'll take that title. I don't like anything that has that plastic look to it. But as you can see, there's a few more tables to look at. So we'll look at those and then we'll move on. Now, I could not pass these storage boxes because of the look, color, and price. I think the color is neutral enough to blend in with most anyone's aesthetic, and the price is perfect for the size you're getting. And of course, that vintage feel you get from the brackets makes them a full package, in my opinion. And they also have these magazine boxes to go with. Now, if you are needing storage but need it readily available on a shelf, this is a great way to go because you can hide things and yet have them at your fingertips. So I think it's a win-win. Next, I came across a few larger pieces of furniture. This console reminded me of a piece that could have been vintage and repainted to match someone's color story, especially with the pretty hardware that they used. I think it is just beautiful. They also had a few different bookshelves. This orange piece caught my eye because of the color, obviously, and the style. I thought it was so sweet. I loved the doors. The bottom half definitely served as storage not to be seen, and then also allowed for some pretty styling above with the glass doors. Kind of a 2-for-1. And of course, this shelf remind me of something that they have here at Ikea, and that is the Billy shelves. These Billy shelves are so popular. If you have ever looked at semi-built-in custom shelving on Pinterest, you've probably come across the Billy shelves and their doors. They have multiple doors to choose from, and obviously different colors as well, which makes for a very unique and custom look. So if you're looking for anything like that and you haven't yet looked on Pinterest, go ahead, look there, because there are so many ideas to choose from, and they really do look great. And last but not least, in this section, I found some great metal shelves that definitely screamed vintage. So if you are on the hunt for something similar to anything that I've shown you here and have yet to find it, or maybe you're finding if the prices on Facebook Marketplace or yard sales or anything are just kind of going up, and something similar is here at kind of a better value, hit up your local Ikea, because as you can see, there's so much to choose from. I will say, when it comes to IKEA bedding, I really don't have any experience with it, so I'm not sure if it would last or not. But I do love the print of this duvet, and at just $29, I don't know that we could go wrong even if it just lasted a season. That would be $10 a month, and nowadays we spend about that on a drink at Starbucks. So that idea, it seems logical. The only thing I didn't like today about the bedding was that I could not find king size in a lot of the items. Now, I don't know if that is normal or if that is because this is a smaller store, but it was a little disheartening nonetheless. But in this little room, I found a lot of things that I felt gave to that vintage style. The bed, the bedding, the hooks on the wall, the chair, the table, the lamp, the rug, the dog basket. There's so much in this room that I think we could either take inspiration from, or maybe run down to your local IKEA and search for these items in your store. Either way, be it inspiration or a product that we want, I think there's great finds right in this little room. Okay, just came across another duvet pack. It's the duvet, again, full and queen. You get your duvet and then 2 pillowcases. I like this one. Very pretty. I think with this, you could go with any color as well to brighten your room up. Of course, I love black and white. And that is $59.99. Oh, and here it is on a bed. Have it matched with anything super nice, but it is, oh look, double-sided. So that's kind of neat. $59.99 for the queen, full queen. There's another set. This is pretty. A lot of you would like that. Love the taupe look behind it. I think that's an actual comforter though. So many to choose from. This is pretty. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. It is a darker green stripe. That is really pretty. Oh, I wish that was taupe. and in a king, because I would probably grab that. There's that throw that I saw earlier when we first came in. That color is just really pretty, and that's how dark that pinstripe is in this bedding. Really pretty. That would be gorgeous springtime, Christmas time, fall time, all year round. Very, very pretty. And that is, let's see, I don't see, that's the bed. That's all about the bed. I'm not sure about the bedding. I'm sorry, y'all. As you can see, there are lots of little finds all throughout the store, which is great, but it does take time to peruse. Now, when it comes to copper, I know absolutely nothing about pricing. So you tell me, is this a good buy or not? Because I have no clue. Now, I will say I love the color of these wooden utensils, so I think I'll take one of them home with me for future decorating. And then I did notice right over here on the other side, they have a few smaller utensils that help to create more of a vintage look when it comes to the kitchen. Plus, what we're going to see in a minute is these gorgeous kitchen faucets. Now, I had no idea that they were here. And while I really love the looks of this gold one, the black one next door is very pretty too in its own kind. And I think they are pretty good prices. Now, again, I'm not completely sure, but both of them are very, very pretty. And I would replace mine with that gold in a second. Don't tell Ronnie. Okay, it looks like we have a little bit more to cover on this floor, like these great looking carts. Now, this style has been around for a few years now. They made a huge comeback and everyone was showing them off online, but it looks like there might be some new colors. Now, I love the smaller one as a cleaning caddy to wheel around as you go. If I had the space like in my pantry to just park it there in the middle, I would definitely do that. I think it's a great buy and it just keeps everything nice, tidy, and collected. Now then, lastly, there are a few more of these wall pipes and hook combos. I love the gold tone, and of course we saw the silver already, and they also carry some in black, so you have many choices. Hi friends, I wanted to stop by and say hello and to let you know that I have been here for 3 hours, actually a little bit over, and I have no idea how much footage I have so far. So I thought from now on I'd be a little bit more selective at what I bring to you. If I come across something good, I'll definitely share, but I'm gonna try and make my way throughout the store and get done. Like I said, if I find anything great, I'll let you know. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Each time I come to Ikea, I try to pick up one of these scrolls of paper. I use them as my DIY scrolls that you've seen on my channel, and I also use them in our command center as our calendar. And at $5, it's just the perfect price. And I wanted to show you just a really quick look at some of their outdoor tables and chairs, really good prices. So I couldn't pass that by without letting you know. And then they have some of the cutest aprons that, again, give off that vintage vibe. So I wanted to share those with you. Really good prices, and some of them have matching aprons for little ones. So take a look at those if you're looking for a cute vintage apron, especially if you're looking for one for a little one. I found the canister down low and I wanted to show you the size compared to my hand. So again, you're paying $5 for the lid and $8 for the jar. So to me, it's just not worth the price. I think you can find it cheaper somewhere else. We have made our way to one of my favorite spots in the store, and that is the pillow cover section. Now, I start with the neutrals as always because this is generally how I decorate. I didn't find anything that I wanted to bring home. I think I have plenty of those for now, unless it's something really over the top that I just can't live without, as Ronnie says. So I didn't see that, so I didn't pick it up. And I did want to look for something for my patriotic decor, and I found a couple things, but the more I thought about it, I was not sure that they were going to work. So I didn't want to spend the money unless I was absolutely sure. They did have a red stripe pillow cover that was absolutely adorable and really lent itself to that vintage vibe. But it was $20, and I just thought, well, if I was going to bring one home, I was probably going to want to bring three home, and I couldn't see myself spending $60 on pillow covers. I know I'm bad, you all. If it's not perfect and if I don't really need it or want it, I'm not going to spend the money on it. That's just how I think about shopping. But if you are in the market of pillow covers, I would say hit up your Ikea, because as you can see, they have every color under the sun. They have different sizes. They actually have a whole section of lumbar pillows. So check those out, and they have the best inserts here at Ikea as well. All right, friends, I didn't really have any luck when it came to pillow covers, and I found that before, like I'm almost nervous to buy, but I did find their pillow inserts, which I love, and I really need to get some for the Euro pillows that I have in the living room, and here they're only $13. I think that they will fluff up better than what I have, so I think I'm gonna grab a few of these while I'm here, because I just love them. I think they're the best. And for $13, you can't go wrong. Hi friends, before I bring this video to a close, I just wanted to share something really quickly with you. The other day on our way down to Ikea, Ronnie and I were answering questions like we often do. I will get online and just search for questions. One of them was, what is your warning label? And it really stuck out to both of us. In fact, Ronnie used that in his meeting that day. And I just wanted to bring it to you. As I was editing this video, I watched as I reached out for labels and tags, and it brought that back to mind. And my warning label is, I'm fragile and I'm controlling. Those are at least two of them. I'm sure I have many, many more, but those are the two that came to my mind the quickest. Now, I am a very emotional person, and I'm going to admit I've been hurt over the years by people very close to me, people who were supposed to love me, care for me, people I've looked up to, people I've admired have really hurt me in my lifetime. And I have a very hard time with that. I carry that hurt with me. Now, I can interact with those people and be completely fine. I am a Christian. I know how to behave as a Christian, but I also know that that hurt has stayed with me. And I think I would love the idea of someone being able to read my label and treating it with caution and being safe with it, just as I would hope that I could do the same for someone else. I don't ever want to mistreat someone because of their past or how I knew them 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I want to treat them with care. I want to treat them with love, and I want to treat them in the way that I know the Lord would want me to. Every day, my prayer is that I become who and what He needs me to be. I really desire that. I want to be who the Lord needs me to be in this world. And I think this whole label thing really brought that to mind yet again. And it also is helping me to understand that I still need a lot of growing in those two areas and many more, and I would encourage you to maybe sit back today and think about your warning label. What it say? Think about how you would want people to approach you, being able to read that warning label. And think about how you need to go on and treat people if you knew what their warning label said. And what can you do to help yourself today to better yourself? Not be better than someone else, but be a better you tomorrow because you worked on your warning label. All right, guys, I hope that made sense, and I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so very much for coming along with me today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the best. You touch my heart each and every week with your comments. You all are the sweetest, and I cannot thank you enough. I just appreciate you from head to toe, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. Remember to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.